Salute, salute. Good afternoon. Today I'm going to bless you all with some fire information that is privy to only a select few. But today we're gonna find out exactly what was going on during the first voyages. So why does Cristobal Colon, aka Christopher Columbus, have the 8-point cross? And why it was important to gain access into America, and how it also proves the Americas was recognized and countries knew about America. They pay homage to America, and this information is swept under the rug because of the conquest of the Americas. So before we get into that, let's learn a little something about the Mi'kmaq, a particular culture that is very, very important in Americas that is rarely talked about by so-called Indians and researchers. They are left out for particular reasons, because once you get to research and you'll figure out what's being covered up. So the Grand Council of Santa Wyoming, or Mi'kmaq, Wyoming, we can go down there. The captain, not captains, who were the district chiefs. There were also elders, the Putus, the Women's Council, and the Grand Chief Mi'kmaq Grand Council Santa Wyoming. Why is this important? Well, why is the Santa Maria famous? If you really think about the Creole that I just spoke, it's very similar to the anglicized Santa Maria, the world's most authentic museum quality presentation of Christopher Columbus flagships, the Santa Maria, the largest of the 3 ships used by Columbus in his first and most famous voyage, according to history. Who's to say that they weren't already coming over here before history was reconstructed? Well, here's another look at one of the Santa Maria ships, and as we can see, the 8-point cross. And certain cultures like the Knights Templars and even the Umayyad Caliphate have this same cross. And it's even said that Tuscaloosa had this cross down in Alabama in one of the fields close to the mound structure. Here's the Zaya of New Mexico, or the Mora, and this is on some pottery. And as we can see, what we would call the Swatzsticka is actually the sun cross. Here's the Zaya flag of the state of New Mexico. It is called, obviously, the sun cross, but this is the Zaya. The Zaya sun symbol, as we can see, you need to research that, and the 4 paths, day, seasons, life cycles, and direction. You can go over that with your own research, but it originated with the Zaya Pueblo in ancient times. The design reflects this tribal philosophy. So now we're putting 2 and 2 together, while the voyagers used the cross symbol to gain access to America, because when you are trading internationally, you have to have a flag to gain entrance into the ports. And that's why Christopher Columbus and his crew had these cross symbol, because this was the symbol of the sun culture of the Americas. And as we can see, that word Mi'kmaq, Wyoming, Santa Wyoming is the same word as Santa Maria. And this is why we have the word America and Maryland, because America means Maryland, or the land of mother, or the land of the Holy Mother, the land of Saint Mary, aka the land of the mother of God himself. So this is very important, because the industry leaders and the rulers of the government at that time is not taught properly. They'll just come up with anything and they'll hide what was going on. But the most important people during that time was called the Caliphate. And as we can see, on the Caliphate, money also has the crosses. Here's another example of Muawiyah with the cross. And why does Muslim money feature crosses? Now we know why. And now we know why in America they have the crosses. And now we know why they are the focal point of crusades and conflict with the people that conquested America. So take a look at the Mi'kmaq flag. We're going to go over more information, but now it's starting to come together. As we can see, the so-called crescent moon and the star, or the eclipse in the star, however you describe it. But it's all coming together now. Why the Europeans or the people over there were subordinate or satellites to America, and they are covering it up as if they're just discovering them. Now, before I even get too deep, let's get some understanding on the Mi'kmaq. I can't read all this, but you can pause it and read yourself. But the Malesic was a Mi'kmaq word believed to mean he speaks slowly or differently. It was a term that Mi'kmaq people used to describe people from other nations. So let's go down here. The French met the Mi'kmaq people before the Wallestig, Waiwayik, and transliterated Malesic or Malishite, not understanding that it was not their name. The later English colonists anglicized this term as Malachite. Beginning in 1758, the terms Marrakites in the French and in English Marrakites increased in use. So now we understand Marrakite and Marrakites, right? Or if you use CH, Marashite. So here's more Umayyad coins of the dinar gold. We can see the crosses on the leaders. Now we understand most Christian icons are just revisions and remakes of who the Umayyad saints were. Just more evidence before I get to the bread and butter. As we can see, a so-called Islamic coin with the cross. Remember, the great law of peace, and America is the motherland. And remember, Muawiyah is the real caliphate or the caliph at the time. Coins from Umayyad era showing Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan holding the cross or the sun symbol, what appears to be resemblance of the Moab man. Go and look up Moab. According to the Maronite Chronicle, Muawiyah was actually under the orders of the Maronites, but we can debate that at a later time. I'm just making the connection. Christian scholars even ask if Muawiyah was actually a Christian, but we understand the sun god and Saint Mary was under the guise of the sun god and sun worship. Now we truly understand what Christianity is. We understand that they were never Christians, but we understand they were of the sun. That's most important. So now we get into the bread and butter of the area where the Sagamore and the Micmacs, as we can see, Macamanes. Right down here we see Moricans. That's going to be very important for what I'm about to prove right. The Sagamore, a study of Maro Kawando. Motto, as we can see, the motto is actually Maro Kawando. And we'll figure out who this is later, but it's most important that he's a Sagamore in this region. Who is the Sagamore and the last of the Mohegans? Aha, now we know why the Mohegans and the Mohawk, the Delaware, Lenape, Mohegan are very important. Because they had Moors around them. They had the Sagamores, who are the chiefs under the Shakem. Here it is right here, the Shakem and the Shagamores. Well, we also get the term Shagazulu, and terms for North America chiefs is particularly used in Algonquian speaking areas. Right? Examples of Shakems include Massasoit, Metacom, Uncas, and Daniel Nimham, Little Turtle, is an example of a Sagamore. Mapping early New York demographics of Shakem chief and Sagamore. Sagamore, a subordinate of Algonquian leaders. I don't like to use the term Indian because I know it's a misnomer, but we understand that their actual names were Moor Sagamores, and that's why they don't talk about this and they replace it with Indian, because you'll put two and two together that they was on both sides of the Atlantic, and that America is the land of God, aka Tanejer or Tangier. So now we know Santa Mawayomi is actually Santa Marayomi, Santa Maria. Now we understand why we have Moors on both sides, because these are the children of Mary, aka children of God. Here's Masconome, a Sagamore, right? Here's a painting of him. Now we know why the Sun Cross is in America and Zion is in America, and we had the first and second battles of Mora, and why the Sun people of the Natchez and the Aztecs and Maya was under attack, as well as the Mississippi and mound builders. If you want to see a part 2 to this of more intricate information, make sure you thumb it up, like the video, and I'll leave a comment, and I'll get back to y'all. Thank you.